And at some point, like you don't have to register the brand name like the same day, but at least to consider to register that brand name as quick as possible. Because I tell you, like this is my story. My first business, it was Articos. So I went to the registration, and you can do the registration yourself, or the CPO, the Canadian Intellectual Property Office, they can help you with that. And I can show you exactly how you can do the trademark yourself. Because if you go to a lawyer, they may ask for 5,000 or 7,000. So I will show you exactly how you can do it, or the CPO office, they can help you with the registration. All right, but this is what happened. Now, my first business, I protected that business and I registered like the name Articles in there as a trademark. And then I closed the business like after a couple of years, and I started another business. And my business right now, it's called Smart Income. So this is the mistake. Even though I know it, this is the mistake I did. So this is why I'm sharing the importance of having the business registration and the trademark. So what I did a business registration as sole proprietorship, and I didn't do the trademark. It was 2014. And in 2015, CIBC, they started to trademark every single word that starts with smart. Smart contract, smart money, smart whatever, and now I am in trouble. Why? Because whoever registered the trademark first, they have the legal power. So now this is the scenario. Now they cannot come to Nova Scotia and say, like, George, you cannot do business because I'm registered in Nova Scotia before them. But now I cannot go outside Nova Scotia because they have the legal name across Canada. And the trademark is more powerful than the business registration. So so I had to go to the lawyer, and the lawyer, she said, even though like you are right, like you cannot compete with CIBC because even the legal system in Canada and North America is totally different. Just by going to the court, you are losing. All right, so it costs you so much money. They can just like drag you in big financial hole because they have the money to do that. And as a small business owner, you cannot afford to go on all those expenses. So I had to change the name from Smart Income to now Smart Income Lifestyle. So this is why it is important from the beginning. And it was just like few months. Like I did it at the end of 2014. Mid 2015, they started to register all those trademarks. So you never know when it happens. And some people, they do it as a business. So once they see that you have a potential, they go and trademark your business name. So remember Facebook, one time they bought the domain fb.com. Remember how much they pay for it? $6 million, just the domain name. Because someone was smart, seeing Facebook is growing, and FB, it's just like the initial of Facebook, and he bought the domain name before Facebook bought it. So they had to pay all that money to get that domain name. All right? So what I suggest is get your business registration, get this trademark registered, and also get those domain names. Like anything that protects your business and the pronunciation, the brand, anything that goes around your business, go register them. It's not a huge investment, but it is a huge protection. All right? And at any time, you can transform a sole proprietorship into an incorporation. All right, so the incorporation, I prefer that I go to a lawyer to do the incorporation, even though you can do it yourself. But the lawyer will create some legal documents, the articles and things like that. That it needs some experience. But other than that, you can do the sole proprietorship yourself. If you like, you can do the incorporation. There are some resources to do the incorporation, especially how many people like in here, they think to do something online or technology related or some tech thing, especially online. How many people yeah, so there is a great resource for everyone. I don't have it on the slide. It's called Initio, IN ITIO. So Initio or Initio, it's a program with the Faculty of Law at Dalhousie University, and their mandate to help people register their business, but the mandate of those businesses, they have to be technology or online. So you have to show them that your business is going to be dependent online or some sort of technology in there, so they can help with the incorporation. Because the incorporation is going to cost you around like $1,200 to $1,500 with a lawyer. They are lawyers because they are the students of the Faculty of Law at Dalhousie, and they have an experienced lawyer who managed this program. They do the registration for you. They do any contracts that you like, and each one of them is just like $100. All right? So I did my business registration through them. Just $100 instead of 1,200 or 1,500. All right? Yeah, INITIO. If you just like put Initio Dalhousie, they have a website. Just contact them through the website and tell them like, this is what I do. Make sure it is technologies related and or online related, and they will tell you if they can do it or what is the process to do it. All right? Perfect. Any questions about the business registration? Perfect. So now when it comes to taxes, like this is the beautiful part. Like some people, and this is how I started. Some people, they say, oh, Canada revenue and how I should deal with CRA. And it is scary sometimes to deal with the CRA. My advice, CRA is going to be your best friend. Every single time I call them, I save tons of money. Even when I got audited, they send me some checks. So I always like overpay, do mistakes in here, do mistakes in that. Because with taxes, sometimes you cannot go with what it makes sense. All right? You need an accountant, you need a bookkeeper, because when it made sense for me, it didn't make sense with the tax system. I did so much mistakes. And those mistakes red flagged my business, so they audited me, and it was, geez, how many mistakes I did. So the idea is always consult with an accountant and bookkeeper, and those are your best friends when you start your business. So when you start a business, make sure you have a lawyer beside you. Don't sign any document, don't sign any contract without going back to that lawyer. Even if it costs you like few hundred dollars, that will save you thousands down the road. I have a client who downloaded at one time an agreement from online. And you can find those agreements. Go online, download this agreement, and there are tons of those. And he signed a partnership based on that online agreement. But on the online agreement, there is one clause that he didn't use in case of dispute, what will happen. So he invested in this business $20,000. He downloaded this agreement, and he wanted to save just like few $100, not to hire a lawyer, and ended up not to put that clause in there. And the other guy, he knows how the law like works. He took advantage. He was outside the company. $20,000 was gone, and he wasn't able to do anything. So this is why it's very important that you make a bookkeeper and a lawyer your best friends. At iSense, remember this, it's not in here. We partnered with a lawyer, and she created all kinds of contracts and all kinds of legal documents that you need for your website, for your business, for your employees, for your suppliers. You find like many of those contracts, and it's free for our clients. So what you need to do is register with iSense as a client. And if you get the benefit of those contracts, let me know. I can share with you how you can access those at no cost. So usually those contracts, like the amount of, the total amount of those contracts are about like 30,000. All right? So we have that. So we have lots of resources that you can take advantage and literally will help you start and boost what you want to do with your business. All right? So when it comes to taxes, you have two levels of taxes. You have the income tax and you have the sales tax. So the income tax is what you make, and the sales tax is the HST, what we call the HST, is the 15% in Nova Scotia. This is the government tax. So the HST is not your money. Because some businesses, they consider, oh, I'm making like 15%, oh, it's in my pocket. Then CRA will come after you, all right? Because it's their money. So nicely, the government uses you to get their money, all right? So this is the 15%. So you collect HST and you have to pay it back to CRA, all right? And when it comes always to pay CRA, always you pay the difference. So even the income tax, you pay the difference between what you make and your expenses, all right? So you pay the difference. Even for the sales tax, you charge 15% for your clients, but also you're going to buy lots of stuff, equipment, and things like that for your business, and you're going to pay taxes for that. So also you subtract those and you pay the difference. So this is why you need a bookkeeper, all right? So the bookkeeper will help you to do that. But remember one thing, when it comes to HST or the sales tax, you charge HST only for the clients who are in Canada, and you charge them based on where they are living, where their residence is. So if your client is in Alberta, you don't charge them 15% because your business is in Nova Scotia. You charge them 7% because they are based in Alberta. If they are in the US, there is no sales tax, all right? So you only charge HST for people in Canada, and you charge them based on where they are located. That is very important. All right? Again, any other questions, or if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Any other questions later on, please let me know. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So what if we flip it and
Yes.
say a business in the US,
Mhm.
you're buying from them,
Mhm.
who do they pay the tax to? And you're in Canada.
Yeah, if they are US citizens, so they pay in there, all right? But let's say the company, you are a Canadian citizen and you register a business in the US, and now you are doing business between US and Canada or other countries, you have to have the accountant because now it may, most likely you will be double taxed. So the accountant, prior to do that, they tell you what is the business structure you have to do in the US so you don't end up double tax. And that happens so much with the people who are investing in real estate. Lots of Canadians, they go to the US, invest in there. When you invest in real estate, you have to create a company structure. Most likely it's an incorporation. So you need to consult with a lawyer, with an accountant before you do anything as Canadian citizen, so you don't end up double tax.
Okay. Second question, sir.
Yeah.
At what point as a sole proprietorship did you start remitting tax to CRA?
From the first moment you make money. So the first dollar you make, you pay tax on it. All right. So, but it goes like on an interval. Remember, if you have a sole proprietorship, you are paying more personal tax. So you still have those. If I remember correctly, it's now 12,000 something, the basic income. So you will not be taxed on the first 8,500 or 12,000 something. So those will not be taxed, but after that you will be taxed. It depends on how much money you are making. All right.
So invariably you start taxing your customers from day one, right?
Yeah, this is very good question. So this is an amazing question. So when it comes to HST, like this is the law of CRA. They say you don't have to register for the HST unless you exceed the 30,000 in the last 4 quarters. So if you want to pay taxes today, like 4 quarters, if you exceeded the 29,999, by law you have to register for HST. All right, but this is the problem. If I'm selling a product for a couple years, and all of a sudden in 1 year I exceeded that 30,000. So if my product is $100, all of a sudden it becomes 115. So what the client they say, why you raise your prices? So I prefer to do HST from day one. So you have the choice to register for the HST from day one. So I will do it from day one. That is easier. and like not complicated even for the client. All right. Question? Yeah.
I want to ask if what is the minimum income or the minimum turnover um a business owner will have? Is there any like that before he or she registers as a sole proprietor? Could you just work in like is there any minimum amount you have to earn as a business before you can register as a sole proprietor?
You need to register before you make money. So that's the this is very good question, because also I have a lot of clients. They go on Facebook. Like they started to have all those brand names, and none of those are registered at least as a business. So legally you can do business in three ways. You can use your first name and last name. You don't have to register. You can register as sole proprietorship, and then you can register as incorporation. Before you start making money, it's better that you register your business. And if you don't do anything with the business, like there's nothing to happen. So if you have sold, you don't do anything. All what you need to do just pay the renewal every single year, and nobody will come after you. If you have an incorporation, all what you have to do, there's like 1 page or 2 pages that you send to CRA every single year saying, I don't have any business, my income is 0. That's it. All right. So I suggest that you register your business from day one, and then whenever you start to make money, you just like it goes under your business. All right. And then here, like when you register your business, it's better that you go directly to the bank and open a business account. Don't mix your personal with the business, because it becomes so much complicated down the road for bookkeeping or accounting. All right. Any bank will open the business account for $5 a month, the basic one, or $10. So yeah, just separate those accounts. All right. Perfect. How we're doing on the time? 5. Okay, perfect. So when it comes to grants, like there are like some grants. Our partners at Seed, they have some financial support, but for people who are like working in different, for the grants, there is no one resource for everything. So there are like grants for technology, there are like grants for women in business, there are like grants for immigrants. So those are some resources. So if you have any questions about those grants or what is the type of business that you have, let me know and I can redirect you to the right resource, because each one has a different mandate and different requirement. All right. Usually the Invest Nova Scotia is pretty good for people who wants to export, and they have like some programs to help you buy the right equipments, even like laptop, mic, software, something like that, that helps you to export online. And exporting from Nova Scotia, selling to New Brunswick is exporting. All right? So you get like those grants. So ask, because you can take advantage of those, and they are very helpful. I use them and they are super helpful. All right? Also for women in business, the Center for Women in Business at Mount St. Vincent University, they have many grants, and some of them they are not published online. So you don't know about those grants unless you go there. So always communicate with those centers, always ask what is available, and literally you can take it from there. Networking, like you can go to the Chamber of Commerce, business associations, in any district, like even Bayers Road, like this area, there's a business association. So go to there, network, and you can get those resources. Tenders, you can find those standards online for Nova Scotia and for HRM. But for immigrants, and especially for women in business, there's a resource called CAMSI. Are you familiar with CAMSI? So make sure that you connect with those guys. They are located in Toronto, but the CEO is from Nova Scotia. And CAMSI will help you access tenders with big companies like Dalhousie University, RBC, all those companies, because they created this mandate for those companies to come and support minorities. So they connect you with those opportunities, connect with CAMSI, with any product, any service that you have, and they can connect you to those resources. So last thing, to get like all the information and all the resources I shared today, and more than those resources, send an email right now to ghanna@isense.ca, and quickly you're going to receive a responder, autoresponder. With the autoresponder, there is a link. If you press on this link, you're going to get both resources. All right? So ghanna@isense.ca, and you will receive those resources. There are also like more programs with iSense. Like there's no enough time to go through everything, but make sure that you join our workshop. Like connect with me, and when you send the email, I will get your email, so I will respond back today or Monday, and we can get connected. And any questions, again, in business there is no good and silly questions. Every single question is very important. Any questions that come to your mind, send me an email, and I will be happy to share with you the right resources. Thank you so much, and thanks for having me. Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, I have a question. You have only talked about sole proprietorship.
Yes. Okay, yeah. So sole proprietorship is you. All right. A partnership is two people, like two souls, they come together. So the structure is still a sole proprietorship, but we call it right now partnership because it's two souls together. All right. And then everything else becomes like the same. Whereas in the incorporation, you can add many people as you like. You can be one, or you can add multiple. What we call them, we don't call them partners. We call them shareholders. So that is the difference between incorporation and partnership when it comes to multiple partners. All right. Thanks for the question. Very good. Very important. Perfect. Any other question? Yeah, go ahead. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, maybe this one. I think this one is
All right, thank you. Thank you for the knowledge shared so far. Um, I just want to share my experience about business registration, which I think may benefit some of us. He mentioned how you can register at the provincial level, and that you can also register at the Canada level. You can do two in one. Register at the Canada level, which covers all the provinces, so that business is locked in. Nobody else can use that name across Canada. Then you can now register at the provincial level too. But you pay money to register, and you pay money annually to renew. You have to take note of that. Number 2 point I want to mention is before you go into your registration, if the business is not ready, you're not ready to kick off, think twice before you go ahead, because the moment you register, you're going to be paying annual renewal. You're going to be paying, at the provincial level, depending on what you register. Example, for incorporated at the provincial level, renewal costs about $270 every year. You have to take note of that. So enterprise, maybe about $60 or so. Just be prepared for that as well. If you also open a bank account, practically, I haven't seen any free bank account like that. You also pay a monthly fee. It's minor anyway, so just put that in the plans before you do that. Then the brand thing you mentioned, the brand name and the trademark, sorry for your experience. I work with CIBC, but I didn't do it. It wasn't me that did it anyway. So for the brand name, I think, please, I stand to be corrected. Your brand name can be a name a bit different from your business name. It can be different. So your business could be Smart Income Lifestyle. The brand name could just be maybe Smart or Smart I or Smart X or whatever it is, a name that you think your client can resonate with. So let's take note of that. Maybe right now, Facebook now is, Meta is a real registered name they're trying to use now. Then they now have different brand names. So anything that works for you. Your brand name could just be Kemi, or Kemi Special. That could just be the brand name. But you have your business different from that, And Then lastly, I did my registration myself, 100%. No lawyer, no consultant. I did it at the federal level. I did it at the provincial level, online. Online. I didn't do any paperwork. I didn't consult anybody. And even filing, I did it myself too. So it's not really hard. So rather than spend that, couple of dollars to, pay a consultant, just check through whether it's something you can do by yourself. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've checked your name. I've checked your name. His name is Yemi, if you want to see.
You got hired.
Hello, Judge.
Yes, sorry.
When do I transit from being a partnership into an incorporation? That's just what I want to know.
Yeah, usually I consult with an accountant to see like the bookkeeping impact on you and the incorporation, because when you are an incorporation now, the income tax will be separated. You're going to pay yourself, that is different tax, that is personal, and you're going to be taxed also on the revenue of the incorporation. So I suggest that you consult with the accountant, and the accountant will tell you at what level you should incorporate. But there is another way, or also maybe I didn't cover this. There's an important point to incorporate is the liability issues. So if your business is in health, food, anything that touch the human health or well-being, incorporate from day one, because you need to be protected when it comes to liability issues as well. So it's not only about the taxes and income, but also like the other aspect.
Thank you, everyone. So I know we have so many questions, but again, I'm here to make sure to manage the time. A QR code will be going on the screen. You can actually scan that, type in your questions. There is a session called Q&A that we're going to have time, dedicated time to actually answer all the questions. So again, can we please give George a round of applause? If you know you have so far gained something, please give him a round of applause. Thank you so much, George. I've taken something today. I won't share with anybody yet. All right, so we are going to be moving on to the next session to be taken by our representative from SEED. So again, can we please welcome Amanda on stage as she take us through the journey of how to get that grant. Right. Media, do we have it, or presentation? Yeah, it will be going on studio. You just leave your laptop there. Yeah. Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Amanda Morrison. I am the Loans and Business Development Officer here at SEED. I work with Agochi and I work with Chioma. So today we're going to talk about the different offerings that SEED has to offer. George did a great presentation on how to start a business. So we're going to talk about the tools that you'll need while you have your business and you're building your business. So there we go. So some of the things that we have to offer at SEED. SEED has been around for about 25 years, and they are constantly growing. They started off with basic services, and they've grown now. They have some mentorship programs as well. They've also added on the new Leveling Up project as well that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. So some of the offerings through SEED are support through the entrepreneurial journey, not just from ideation all the way through to startup, all the way into growth as well. We have some programs called Incubator, Accelerator, Innovator, Launchpad, and then again, of course, we have our loans program as well as Leveling It Up. First up on the list is our self-employment program. Now, this is something that we partner with through Nova Scotia Works. The self-employment program targets underemployed or unemployed individuals, offering support to open up their own businesses. This program provides monetary aid for up to 40 weeks and access to SEED's intense and comprehensive training program, all through the support of the SEED Business Advisor. So, like I said, this is something we partnership through with Nova Scotia Works. So the application is done through Nova Scotia Works. However, SEED will do the initial interview as well as provide all the information that is needed, as well as introduce you to the ecosystem. So one of those ecosystem options is me. Next up is our incubator program. So do you have an innovative idea that you want to turn into a commercial venture? Our program will help communicate the proposition, roadmap your idea, develop a business model, create a customer discovery and validation process, and help develop finances for profitability. So to get started with this program, we have a 45-minute orientation session. This will determine your eligibility into the program. During the program, you get 6 action-packed sessions. You'll also have a number of sessions with your own business advisor, like one-on-one sessions with them. You can ask any questions and see where you need to go next. Through these programs, we also have access to LivePlan. LivePlan is a terrific program. It is built to build business plans. We can talk about that more when we get to the loan section as well. And up next, we have our accelerator program. So are you poised for an accelerated growth after a great startup? The accelerator program will build your growth strategy and focus on customer experience, use design thinking methodologies, plan an organizational foundation, and business accelerated model. Through the program, you will have peer-to-peer support through our business advisors, as well as mentorships through the ecosystem, professional advisory sessions, and then again, 45-minute orientation session to get you into the program, make sure that everybody's on the same page and we're all eligible. And then now we have innovator. Do you have an innovative idea you want to turn into a commercial venture? Using the WKI ideation program, you'll be able to identify the big picture, recognize the problems with your value, define your target markets, identify networks to launch, profile the competition to cultivate an edge, analyze key elements that support compelling business, and prepare your pitch to express your idea and value proposition. So to book with to learn more about any of these programs, I'll put the website up at the very end. You get to have one session with any of our business advisors, and you can ask any of these questions about any of these programs as well. Launchpad. So, do you have a business idea already planned and developed, and now you want help with the launch? Within the Launchpad program, you will look at your commercial viability of your business, develop a business model, compile market research and hypothesis testing, conduct dynamic customer discovery, define the value proposition, and develop a cost and revenue forecast. So this program is 20 weeks long. You'll have 10 sessions with workshops, as well as a number of one-on-one sessions with your business advisor. Financing through SEED. This is my department. So through the loans department at SEED, you'll be applying for financing up to $25,000 with a minimum of $5,000. So it is a competitive rate. It doesn't seem like it right now because interest rates are so high. It is prime +2, and unfortunately prime is 7.2, which makes our current rate 9.2. Hopefully those rates will come back down. There's no but the benefits of doing a loan through SEED is it's very coachy. It's not that you have to present all your information right at the hop, and I say yes or no. Basically what it is, you come with me, you have an idea, you want to start a business, and then we build the plan from there. Like I said, we use LivePlan. So this is a program that you build your business plan in. So you can put your ideas in it, you can put your point form notes in it, and then I go in and say, We need to work on this part. We need to work on this part. And together we build it together. With the loans, like I said, there is two different options. You can do a minimum of $5,000 loan, which is 6 months interest-free for your first 6 months. And then you can do a $25,000 loan, which, because of the interest rate, we've also added a 3-month window for interest-free payments as well. So some of the things that the loans can be used for, it can be used for startup costs, leasehold improvements, equipment and inventory purchases, or just working capital and basically rent. Some of the things that we do focus on is we do a credit check. It's not our only deciding factor, though. We do character-based lending. So we spend a lot of time talking. We make sure that we know who you are and they know how we can support it. And towards the end, we are going to build a rock-solid business plan, and we're going to present that to the loan review committee and make sure that you have the best foot forward. The best part about the loan program through SEED is that once we give you the money, we don't end our friendship. You will meet with me on a regular basis. If you're struggling, if there's something that is not working, we review your business plan, we figure out what the problem is, we get you more education, we get you more support, we get you a mentor. So the eligibility, you need to be the owner. Startup or expansion, it can be either one. So even if you already have an existing business, there is some criteria. We can get you a loan to expand your business. We do have a lending boundary. So we can loan funds for Halifax, Dartmouth, and a small sliver of Bedford. The business does have to be year-round and full-time. So this is the Leveling Up project. This is actually the reason why I started working with SEED, is because of this project. The newest project is our Leveling Up project. Leveling It Up is built to support underserved women throughout Atlantic Canada as well as Ontario, whether participants are just in that basic ideation phase, or if they're in startup phase, or if they're ready to expand their business. SEED has partnered with diverse and knowledgeable partners to provide crucial training as well as learning to participants with no cost to the eligible applicants. So to apply for the Leveling Up project, oh, it's not even on that slide. www.levelingitup.ca is how you would apply for that program, as well as learn more information. And once you put your application in, you get to have a one-on-one session with Chioma here. Every month, actually multiple times a month, SEED offers Ask the Expert sessions. So these can be found on the events page on the SEED website, so www.seed.ca. These are free. You can join these at any time and learn just snippets of information that'll be good for your business. The Ask the Expert program is a monthly online workshop where experts in various fields volunteer their time to invest their knowledge and skills into the entrepreneurs within the networks and community. And again, you can find all of these the different sessions either on the SEED LinkedIn page or at www.seed.ca. Okay, so do we have any questions right now?
Morning, and thanks for the presentation. You talked about limit to the loans you can give. So I wanted to know what the highest loan you can give.
So with SEED, the most we can lend, and that's not our rules, that's actually ACOA's rules, the most we can lend is $25,000. However, we do talk about leveraging loans. So if you did need a larger fund than that, it's not uncommon for, let's say you approach a bank as well as you approach SEED. It's not uncommon for the bank to say, okay, well, if you're working with SEED, let's see, if SEED approves you, then we'll approve you. So even if you need more than that $25,000, working with SEED with your loan, because we have a mentorship program, because we are very coachy in how we approach the loan program, it's a benefit to you if you're applying for additional funds.
Okay, one more question. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, for my company residing in Nova Scotia, if I have a project outside of Canada, can I, and I need fund, can I access?
So like I said, we do have a lending boundary. So the way I word it is, if I were to send your business a piece of mail, it has to be located in Halifax, Bedford, or Dartmouth. So if that piece of mail is going to be outside of that, then I can't do lending with you. But I do. Pardon? Yeah, so if it is outside of Halifax, Dartmouth, or that slice of Bedford, I do have partners in our ecosystem that I would be happy to connect you with.
So for your innovator programs, do you have like cohorts or
They
like
do.
timelines? Yeah.
Yeah, so they do have cohorts that they work with. So you will be working with a group of people, but you'll also get multiple sessions one-on-one with your business advisor, as well as you'll have access to your business advisor even if you're not in a meeting. You guys can email and communicate. You'll be using LivePlan, which is a really, as well as our CRM. So you'll be having effective tool to communicate. So if you happen to put something in your LivePlan, in your business plan that's not quite making sense, even though you don't have a session booked with your business advisor, he'll be able to see that section, comment what it needs to be improved, where it needs to be tweaked, whether you're on the right path. So even if it's not a one-on-one session that you're in or in a workshop, you still have access to a business advisor.
I think we're done with that. I know we have questions, but again, my job is time. So again, can we please give a round of applause to Amanda? Thank you so much, Amanda. But we are not done with Seed yet. We have one more rep from Seed to actually go further to expand so much more on Seed. So join me as I welcome Ugochi on stage. A round of applause for Ugochi.
Hi, everyone. Good to be here. I don't know if my presentation... Okay, so I will be talking about the Leveling Up program. And this program is focused on women. So if you're a female in the building or you have a female partner, then you can take advantage of this program. So like... this is... equity and equality. So, like Amanda mentioned, this program is sponsored by the federal government under the Women Ecosystem Fund, and it's available. It started April of this year, and it will run till March of 2025. Who is eligible? Every female in this room is eligible because we focus on diversity, so you have to be a newcomer to Canada, person of color, indigenous, and other sensitive conditions. I'm trying to get to the interesting part. So we focus on training, mentorship, events, networking opportunities. So now, I know that many people, like George talked about starting a business and being a small business, but what we don't understand is the different stages of business. And for this program, we have courses across all business stages. So ideation can just be the idea. So you don't even have to be in business. You just, I think I can do this. You can be part of this program. And what the program will do for you is to help you flesh out that idea into a business. You can also be at the stage where you've started exploring. And the thing that we don't understand is that, especially I've seen this with many newcomers to Canada, is we just start a business based off our organic problems. So I have a problem, and then I imagine that everybody has that problem. You don't go on your customer discovery journey. You don't ask questions. You don't do research. We do all this for the ideation stage. And then for people who have been in business for a while, we try to nudge you through the programmings to move to the next stage, which is the startup stage, to start making revenue, and ultimately to grow. Either you grow by exiting or merging or becoming a unicorn, however growth looks for you. We focus on that too. So the program is not a one-size-fits-all program. How the program works is we have courses and skill development opportunities based on where you are and what you need. This course talks about conflict resolution, and conflict doesn't have to be conflict as we know it. Conflict can just be a misunderstanding or something that is unclear. And then we talk about sustainable business modeling. I cannot overemphasize the need of a sustainable business model, which means you have a business model that you know can evolve or can stand through time. We're talking about a lot of AI, talking about a lot of climate change these days in business. Having a sustainable business plan ensures that your business plan today can be used tomorrow. And then business sustainability and growth. There are a lot of funding available for small businesses, both dilutive and non-dilutive funding. Dilutive means I give you money, I take a part of your business, which we have to be careful about because many people that give dilutive funding start as maybe an accelerator and then they are giving you funding until the time to sign the papers come and you see that they are taking 10% of your business. We have non-dilutive funding that can be grants and things like that. So in this part of the program, you understand that. And if you are at a place where we think that you are exiting or growing and you need venture capital, we work with Sandpiper Ventures, who invest in just women too. So, and then we have the marketing strategy. We have the marketing strategy. What this does is it gives you a strategy to focus so that your clients find your business. Many times you're on social media and you're doing your advertisements, but your clients are not looking for you, you are looking for them. We have a marketing audit that you just give them your out-facing advertisements and they analyze it and tell you, you're doing this wrong, do this. And then we have the 1 year strategy session that you have that in 1 year transforms your out-facing advertisements. We have one that is very important. It's called the entrepreneurship mindset development. Many times, entrepreneurs have supports, but not for their wellness. The journey of an entrepreneur is a very lonely one, and you understand when you're doing business. But we talk about how you can have access to resources or better position yourself. Then presentation skills, how you can present your business to your audience. Idea, commercial viability, very important. Can my business be commercially viable? You can be doing a business today that you know is a small business for life, and you can be okay with it. But are there chances that what I'm doing now can be commercially viable? We have programs, and this is the Seed Innovator and Incubator Program, and we offer it for free. It's not moving. Anyway, it's not moving. Try again. And then we have, if you're a tech founder here, and you don't have a female co-founder, but you're married, maybe you need to bring in your wife as a female co-founder. Because this program, all you need to do is talk to our technology partners, and they'll create a path for you, your MVP, your commercialization journey, your IP strategy, everything for free. You're entitled to 25 to 40 hours of venture development and mentorship with our technology founder. But the condition is you have to be a female founder or have at least 50% of the business. And then we talk about how to make wealth, how to manage your taxes, all those things in the legal, and the profit in practice and wealth care. And what George was talking about with Initial Law, we have a partnership with Initial Law that gives you 1 year legal support from contracts to everything, from signing of contracts to incorporation, all for free. So if you're in this, so if you're part of this program, all you need to do is talk with a lawyer, tell them about your business. They do everything for you, plus your one-on-one sessions. And we have another legal partner who teaches you how to do these things for yourself, where to find resources, and we call that course the Legal Essential course. And we encourage that even if you just have an idea, Just do the registration and take courses that will help you develop. Then we have one that is called the Pitch Readiness Preparation. It's an online console. They use artificial intelligence to ask you questions that investors will ask you and prepare you to pitch your idea to your customers, to your clients, to investors. And then the social media marketing that helps you position your business on social media. We also have web development for people who want to develop their websites but you don't know how to start. This teaches you how to develop that. Data analytics, both for human resource and customer service. And these are the partners. So we're working with 15 partners. 14 of them are women-owned businesses. So you're working with women who have walked the shoes and are developing businesses. Now, this is how do I apply? So the first step is you go online to the website www.levelingitup.ca, fill out the application form, and you have a call with Chioma. After your call with Chioma, you'll speak with a program advisor who will understand from your application what your business is and talk with you on the path. And then you register your courses and you start leveling it up. These are our team members. We need to improve this because Amanda is no longer with us and a couple of people there. And this is the supporting females from our seed management team. And now, questions and answers.
Questions? Okay.
Yeah, so thank you for the presentation. So let's assume I decide to start a business and give my wife 50%, like you mentioned. Will I still be part of the training, or it has to be my wife that will be part of the training?
So if your wife owns the business, it means she's a business owner. And then she's the one, she'll attend all the eligibility. The only thing I can say is for the legal part, sometimes we've had the partners attend those legal meetings, but every other meeting we do has to be just the female.
Thank you. The men are not saying anything. Any other question? Okay, we have one more.
Yeah, I have two questions. I think one for you, the other one I'm not sure, maybe it's for you. The first one is, do we have men-oriented programs? It seems, okay. It seems we are giving women headway. Okay, it's okay. I'm good with that. I have 3 girls, so I'm good with that. But for me, do we have men-oriented programs? 1, 2. The other question is, do we have invention corporations in Canada or Nova Scotia?
Invention corporation.
Invention corporations.
Okay, maybe George will answer that. But I just want to mention for the men, all the programs that we offer, some of the programs we offer are programs that Seed offers and programs that our partners offer. It's just that we are giving it to women for free. So if you want to take part of these programs and not under Leveling It Up, we can connect you with the partners, and some of them have subsidized rates through ACOA and some other. But
the question if there is a support for inventions. Yes, there are like some organizations, Volta Effect for technology. So the website is voltaeffect.ca for anything related to high tech.
Not really high tech.
Yeah, and Cove, COVE. There are like many. This is why like it depends on the business that you are at. So Cove for anything like related to marine and things. Yeah, agriculture also, like it depends. Yes. So agriculture, the best center is to contact the Development Business Center at Acadia University, and also at Dalhousie University at Truro office. those are specialized with everything farming, agriculture, food related. They can help you. If you want to create like food labeling, Dalhousie, the center, and there's another organization called Perenia. Like those, it depends. This is why, like, it depends on what you want to do. There are always organizations and supported from or funded from the provincial and the federal government to support business owners on any initiative that you have.
And I just want to add that book the free consultation with either iSense Business Advisor or Seeds Business Advisor. Almost all ecosystem players work hand in hand. When you talk to our business advisors at Seed, they'll connect you with whoever can help you if they can't help you. Most times for immigrants, when they come to Seed, if we're not sure if they don't have if they don't know how to start, we send them to iSense and vice versa. And I know that at Seed we have an agri consultant who works with a lot of. There's a lot of opportunities available for people, but they are not really on the website. But when you talk to an advisor, they'll tell you, you know what, I'm going to make this introduction to someone at Dalhousie, and before you know it, you have enough funding to last you at least 18 months cash flow time till the next time. So I'll just say book a call, talk to someone, and they'll direct you on next steps. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Can we please give them a round of applause? Let's keep those hands coming, please. Oh my God. I cannot deny you. I won't deny you.
I'm just wondering, if I have a business that is for profit and a business that is non-for-profit, can they both go under the same business name?
George wants
and
to
then
answer.
we can now.
The structure of non-for-profit, you need a board of directors. So the registration is a little bit different. But usually the non-for-profit also is incorporated business. It has more legal structure. I'm not like aware of all the details, but there's like a little bit differences. But both are basically incorporated. But the best is to consult with a lawyer around that. And they have to be separate because totally different mandate. All right?
Thank you so much, George. And with that, I must confess, we are doing well with time. Very well. Not because I'm here. Doing well with time. All right, so he likes to call me principal. Principal. Anyway, so we are moving on to the next session right now. It's more like a panel, and I'm going to be calling some people here that already have businesses, and then we are going to be asking them some questions. While we will start with that, there is a QR code on the screen. You can scan that and, ask your questions, and then when we get to the Q&A session, we'll have those questions answered by either the people on stage. George is still here. We've got Amanda, and then we've got Ugochi here. So just keep your questions coming, and then all of them will be answered today. So without further ado, I'm going to be calling on Mr. Kayode Ogunro. Please let's give him a round of applause. Mr. Kayode Ogunro has a full-time job, but also runs a transport and logistics company here in Halifax. A round of applause for him. And also we've got Mrs. Runke Oduwole, a.k.a. Annie Posh. Okay, plus Alaga. She also has a full-time job as an auditor. In addition to her full-time job, she runs Annie Posh, an event decor company. Plus, she didn't put Alaga here. She's also an Alaga. For those of us that doesn't know the Alaga is in our, what do you call it? Traditional wedding compare. Yeah. So that's Annie Posh for you. And then lastly, we've got Mr. Shion Ashiru. Mr. Shion Ashiru, please a round of applause for him. He's an IT consultant. However, he runs Shizo Technologies, and it is a destination for gadget enthusiasts and IT solutions. So we have them on stage, and I've got a couple of questions here. that were already, pre-sent in by some of our people that are registered today. So I'm just going to go through the questions one by one, and then some of them were actually directed to our guest here. So I'm going to hand over the mic first of all to the first question here is, thank you. So I have, this is for Mrs. Oduwole. Would you like me to call you Annie Posh today? Okay, yeah. So this is for Annie Posh. Can you shed some light on how you are able to balance either 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 job with your business?
Thank you. Thank you for that question. To be truthful, it has not been easy. But one, the passion keeps the drive. And so for me, one of the things I've tried to do is to define the time between between the regular work and and my side business. So for my side business, the nature of my business is the one that it's more of a weekend kind of job, but preparation is all you have to prepare during the week. So it's my night time. A lot of people know that I sleep late. It's something that, of course, it's not the best, but I believe it's a season of my life that I'm going to have to do this. And there are days when I shut down. I am learning from my pastor's wife to shut down. So for me, when I have a client who requests for an event decoration, I would plan it after work. So the first thing is we need to set out time for business. I have not been so faithful, but I am working towards it. Yes, and the nature of my current job now shuts down my 9 to 5. Now, before I had lags, I had flexible time. So what I do is at night, after work, sorted out the children, then I try to prepare for the job. So you have to know that as a self-employed person, you don't have control. It's not like you don't have control of your time, but you get to work more as a self-employed than an employed. You know, they will say there's a Yoruba adage, whether the seller sell or not sell, I will have something at the end of the day. But as a self-employed, if you don't put in the effort, nothing comes. So first, schedule your time. After work, that's what works, or weekend. Like sometimes when I have content to post, I do some mass content creation weekends. So you need to plan it. You need to know that 9 to 5 it's for your employer, and then maybe 9 every day, maybe an hour every day, or it's Friday night I commit 3 hours, but you just have to know how to go about it. And then I use my lunch hour to I maximize it for my business goals. So that those are the ways I try to balance things. So first, you need to identify based on the nature of your business. Mine is more of a weekend one. If you're running a side business, you can't be offering service during your 9 to 5 job. You can't. They said maybe you can't. So you shouldn't cheat your employer. So, but after work, you can then plan it.
Thank you for that wonderful response. Don't cheat your employer, or else they will cheat you too. People will cheat you too. Thank you for that. So majorly, the takeaway is planning. You need to plan yourself to actually do your side hustle. Second question is for Mr. Asheru. This one says, from your experience, what makes a successful side business?
Hi, guys. So I would have maybe maybe heard to hear him speak first, because I told Shalewa that I would love to be the youngest in Canada on the panel because I am actually new in Canada, just a year plus. But people tend to like think I've been here for a while because of the business drive. So, so for me, what makes a successful side business is the person running the business. So I'll say that you first need to understand your environment. You know, so when I came to Canada, I knew what I wanted to do specifically because I knew the kind of jobs I was going to take. And I knew the kind of jobs, because I actually work full-time too. Maybe you didn't mention it. I work full-time as a cybersecurity specialist too, though I also do IT. So for me, I've already been in business before coming into Canada. So, but I needed to understand what my ecosystem was like in business, and it took me 6 months to, you know, to get that, you know, working. But so for why I said it is the person is because the drive is what will propel you to achieving good results. So just like I mean, you know, you have more work to do, and all, especially when, in my own case, mine is just not weekend. Mine is every day. Or in fact, even even 12 midnight, I still get to do business because of the nature. So I can't say success in the way you want to see it yet, you know, because obviously I can only backtrack success before Canada. But I think I'm on the trajectory to success because of my drive, and because I know that that will be the number one in future. So obviously I've been in IT obviously for many years, and I'm also still doing IT. But so the drive is what I think will lead me to that success.
Thank you so much for that. Drive. Drive is very important. For Mr. Ogunro, how do you ensure your main job does not suffer, even though you still have your side business?
Thank you very much. Should I say I'm a bit fortunate with respect to my 9 to 5? Some people might not have this opportunity. My 9 to 5 basically is the work I do in Nigeria. So invariably, I have to work with Nigeria clock. So it's 7 o'clock in Nigeria. It's a 2 a.m. in Canada. The best you can have is 3 a.m. in Canada. And the job I do, I'm an asset manager in the company that I work with, so I have a lot of assets that I'm looking at. So I need to ensure I'm on seat by 7 a.m. Unfortunately, my wife get to bear some brunt of this, because when I wake up 7 a.m. and I start my meeting, one way or the other, she had to start turning around, and I disturb her sleep. So that's it. So by 11 a.m., I should have been done with my 9 to 5, because my 9 to 5 is very, very engaging. So by 11 a.m., I will be through. But most of the time, it doesn't happen like that. So even when I'm in Nigeria, I need to work maybe 1-2 hours extra, like closing 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Nigerian time, which is like 12 p.m. The time here. So by the time I'm done with my Nigerian work, so I can now take another 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours nap. Then I wake up, I start my Canada business. That takes me straight into the night, and such that by 8 p.m., 9 p.m., I need to round up, because by 10 p.m., 9, 10 p.m. at the most, I need to be back in bed so that I'll be able to wake up at 2 a.m. So sometimes I ask for, is it possible 24 hours can be 36 hours so that I'll be able to run this clock? But I think that's how I manage it at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you for that. All right, so someone has a follow-up question.
So this to Mr. Ogunro, I think what you mentioned is very important because I know there are a lot of guys that has been looking for how to do the same thing. You know, it's not easy that when you're coming from wherever, Nigeria, for example, you are earning so high, but you're coming in here, you know, the kind of money paid here is not what it can't compare to what you're earning in Nigeria, and so it's difficult for you to come here and just come and settle. And so one of the things I know a lot of men have done is to come and give a soft landing to their family, and they go back there and keep coming. But I think if you can talk a little more about how you are able to manage it, it could also help others. I'm sure that we have some of them watching online right now. Some of them to be able to take decision, because beyond just staying back there and working and coming to visit here is also taking to cognizance the family value, trying to ensure that you are still there for your wife, you're still there, or you're still there for your spouse, you're still there for your children, and so that is very important. So how is it that you are able to do that?
Thank you very much. And without mincing words, I think my life is more complete when I'm here. And like I said, by around 7:30, 8 o'clock, when I'm on break in Nigeria, it affords me the opportunity to take my kids to school. Most time I join my wife, I use that opportunity to take my kids to school. And my kids always look forward to it, that, Daddy will join us to school. The time that I couldn't make that happen, they felt so bad. I said, sorry, I'm busy now. Sometimes I walk through lunch. I don't have lunch to make sure I cover so many things. So for anybody that is having, Pastor, you said high-paying job. I don't know about that. But you are doing something in Nigeria that you might not be able to live at the moment. I think you might need to look at the structure in your business. One thing I did is, I don't know, I was telling somebody early this year that I don't know how I'm going to put through this year, because I started the operation of the business early this year, and also I looked at what I'm doing in Nigeria before then might not have afford me the opportunity to stay here. So I looked at the opportunity at where I work in Nigeria, and there's some positions that I know that if I go into this position, I'll be able to work more remotely. And I've requested before, talked to my line that, okay, if you need to drop my salary and let me do more remote working. But it's been a very big challenge. But when this opportunity shows up, which I know most business have, because my industry is one of them, and also my profession, I'm a mechanical engineer, so most times we have to be with the plant. So the opportunity will show in your business. So look around and see if you can. Sorry.
Business is calling.
Sorry, my son. So look at the opportunity in your in the place you work, and try and put in an effort to try and change to that place that will afford you this opportunity. For me, the position shows up, and I had to apply for it. And sincerely, this is a kind of a position most people want to have, because it's also, it's a promotion, not only even a lateral movement. So I had to really, really dedicate my time, study, really prepare for the interview. And fortunately, in fact, the day I landed in Canada was when they scheduled the interview. And with God, I was able to got that position. So I did not only have the opportunity to work remotely, I'm even working remotely with a higher pay. So you can see that looking at your environment, your ecosystem, there's opportunity if you don't want to leave what you are doing over there. And coming to Canada, sincerely, there's a lot of opportunity here. There is a lot of opportunity here. What might be holding us back is the fear of the unknown. What we are doing in Nigeria, you understand the system, and yes, you can find your way around it. But I think it's better for us to adopt Canada as our home, try to get into the system, like these programs we're having like this, get to know it, get into it, and anything you want to do, please just start, and a whole lot will be unfolding as you move along. You can hear Sister Ugoshi said, many things you cannot find them online unless you start, unless you delve in. So many things will be unfolding. And like what my colleague has said, 9 to 5 may not sustain you after 65 years or when you're 65 years. So, and for you to be able to sustain or start and stabilize your business, you need to start doing it when you are busy. This is the time you can take risk. If you go into the business, it happens that you run into brick wall, you still have some other source, your 9 to 5 can still sustain you. But if when you are ramping down, about to retire, you are going to that kind of a thing, is a recipe for disaster, because you don't want to be exposed at that stage in your life. So please, colleagues, in my shoe, come over. Canada is big enough for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that response. Let's give them a round of applause. So I'm just going to throw it open now. If you have any question, please just raise up your hand and we will. Okay. You want to add something? Yeah, you will do that. Just 1 minute. So really just raise up your hand. I don't want to go back and forth on the QR code. I really have one question there, right, as of now. But again, I want to give us the opportunity that we are seated here. We can see ourselves. If you have any question, please raise up your hand. Mr. Ashiru, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so I believe that I should appeal to people that are new immigrants, and that's the reason why I accepted to, come sit down here. Not because I feel like I know a lot, but I think that if you are thinking of business, you need to think about the kind of job you want to do full time. You need to think about it critically. You can't do call center job and run a side business easily. I mean, it's going to be difficult because, talking about cheating your employer, I don't think Canada is like Nigeria, so I'm not likely to tilt towards thinking that way. Because if you work remotely, you have your deliverables. Once you deliver, you're good as you've done the job for the day, and we all know that. It's not until when you sit down in front of the computer from 8 to 5 that you have done anything. Sometimes you don't even do anything sitting down that long. So it's about planning. So getting the kind of job is difficult, really, because I had to pay the price. At some point I did food delivery just because I needed time, for myself to be able to build a business, as against taking some kind of jobs, So I think you should look at that. Look at career path that will grant you that remote access to offering your services to companies, and then that will give you time to be able to now push. Still doesn't mean that you have all the luxury of time, but it just helps you with decision making, and put some energy in the business.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the guest speaker as well. My observation, I have an observation and I have a question. My observation is that I'm just thinking in my mind because of a few research that I had done before coming to Canada, and even when I got here. I discovered that the Chinese and India, I discovered that they are more tilted to starting a business. I know in my mind from other things that I've discovered also that when you put in more time aside from your from your business, when you put in more time into your business, the propensity for growth is higher than when you put in 1 hour per day, 2 hours per day, sort of. So my observation is like, in the future, can we bring in a Chinese business, someone, or and also an Indian to be part of the panelists like this? One. So the other question is that for George and for Amanda and Ugochi, do we have data that we can make reference to in terms of the immigrants in Nova Scotia, for example, how they fear coming to Canada in business, how they transit from side hustle to being their mainstream lifeline? Thank you.
Who wants to go for that? Okay, Ugochi.
Okay, I will take one part of the question, and I think ISANS will take the other part, because ISANS is the official Nova Scotian association for us here. So what I want to say is, as regards the Chinese and Indian, and I would speak pidgin for obvious reasons. Okay, no, anyway. The thing is, we need to build our community. People where they do business, where they here, how many people don't support them and take it as their own? Because you go to Walmart Mumford, it's 98% Indian. The manager is Indian, right? You go some places, like small businesses, it's not your business. Like, it's not my business. Like on Instagram, share. You hear somebody say, oh, I want to do this event. Oh, I have somebody that will do it. That's how they build community. They come here. Most of them don't pay rent for 1 year. They are living in their community person's house. They don't know the person from Adam. That rent, how much are you paying in rent? When you save that money from rent, you know how much you've saved. That form of community is lacking in the Nigerian community. We have Nigerian people that do businesses. For instance, there's people that cook food. We still go to other places to buy food. Sometimes you'll inconvenience yourself to push somebody forward. I'm speaking for myself, not as Seed right now. To push somebody forward. And you have to find a way to push that person. And then you, the person they are pushing, make sure that the person's integrity does not fail. Because when somebody recommends you, oh, deliver this dress or deliver this thing, and you deliver, the person can keep recommending you. So we need to put hands together to build our community. 10 years from now, let's not be inviting a Chinese person. Let's say, oh, there's this person that is here. They built themselves. We should find a way to build us. And if you are in places where they say, oh, we are looking for people that are doing business, look for somebody in your... doesn't have to be a big business. It is big how you say it. If I tell you now, this person is this, you believe me because I'm saying it. So build your community and build yourself and keep pushing forward, and time will tell. That's all I will say. ISANS will answer the other question.
Thank you. Build your community.
Well, I can echo. I come from Lebanese community, and we have the same problem. And we are like maybe big community, but the idea is building a community. Yes, it really depends on the people, and building the community is the most important things. But also there are like programs that you can take advantage, where you can get the like the help and the advice, and it's called like mentorship, business mentorship. So we have that at ISANS, where you can get connected with someone in the field that you want to build a business. At least you can get like the insights and the information, how to get started, to get like some mentorship plus the business counseling that you can get. And just to add on, because what you said is very, very, very important. When I learned about business, I learned about successful business communities, and one of them is the Jewish communities. Why Jewish are always wealthy and successful? because in their mandate, if you open a business as Jewish person, you have to work at least with 5 another business, Jewish person, owned Jewish person. So each one will support another 5. So this is in the culture. And I love to see it in the Lebanese. I love to see it every single community, because this is how we can support each other and for everybody. And there is room for everyone to be successful. So that is very important.
Say something very quickly. I think another thing is audacity. Many people are afraid. And to be honest, until you start, you don't know if you're going to fail or if you're going to do well. Just starting alone is a big deal. And many people just don't want to do that. And second thing is information. It's funny how this program is happening and not all seats are filled. It tells a lot. Like, whoever was coming here today, if you didn't invite somebody, you're part of the problem. Because this information is free. Like, half of the resources here are available online, and many people don't know. I didn't know half of these things now. But then when we leave here, what do we do about information? Do we go and check them out? Do we use them? Or do we say, okay, we know, and then forget about it? So those two things are very big as well in ensuring that we do well in business and, make good success. So
Sorry, okay.
Okay. All right. So I was going to say something about the fact that we are taking in too much right now, but that I hope we just take it and really start using it immediately, and not wait for another time to come. Because the next time we'll organize this program, we're going to charge you to come. I mean, really, we're going to charge you to come. So please prepare for that. The second thing I want to throw to Sid and to Aisan is this. I'm sure most of the people that are seated here came in as a result of the PMP program. Some are students, which eventually they will also come in through the PNP program. Now, when Nova Scotia bring people in through that program, they ask that we will do, what do they call that document? Settlement. You do your settlement document. Yeah. And part of the settlement, in fact, the reason you are even picked as PNP is because there is something to fill in. There is a gap. Now, what we have noticed is this, and please, George and Sid, I'm not sure what you can do to this, but what we have noticed is you just bring people in here and you leave them. They are the one to go ahead and do whatever they want to do. The person you bring in here to as a teacher does not teach. The person you bring in here to be a nurse does not go into the field. And nobody checks on what is going on. People just come in and they keep doing whatever they want to do. So for me, if that is not the purpose for PMP, I think that the program should be reviewed, honestly, because we are focused people. If you are bringing me in for something, I believe you are a more organized system than where I'm coming from. So I'm coming here and I'm coming into what you have called me to come into. But by the time I come in here and I see that it's not even, I can't actually do just anything I want to do, which I also understand you may just give good environment for people to flow into whatever they want to flow into. But it looks to me that it contradicts that program. So I don't know what you can do about it, but I think there needs to be a relook into it. Thank you.
So, for instance, like at ISANS, we've been working with different associations and government agencies and organizations, like different, like for like all kind of different levels, to change like those laws and to make it like easier. And there are lots of red tapes, and those sometimes takes time. But also, what's happening right now, there are lots of decision makers also, they're getting retired and new blood is going in, and there are lots of changes that's happening. So the conversation is ongoing, and when the conversation is ongoing, like there are more opportunities and things are changing. Change sometimes takes goes a little bit slow, but the idea is be agile. Like don't be, because that was my problem when I came first to Canada 16 years ago. I said I want to get a job at the bank, and that's it. So bang, 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 and there is no bank job. And it took me 2 years to realize I have to do something else. And then you need to be open to opportunities, and Canada is the land of opportunities. There are opportunities everywhere. Try. When you try you will see opportunities everywhere. And there is support for everything. There is no place on the world that you just put 20% of your money, and the bank will give you another 80%, and who pays for the 80%? Your customers. So I own 100%, and just I make I only put 20%. So, and at some point, if you refinance that business, you take that 20% back in your pocket. So there is all what you need to do is just to understand how things work, and by connect with Seed, the ISAs, business counselors, mentors. Have mentors. Don't do things on your own. Always there are people more advanced and people who have who have experience in things. Always talk to them, and the experience you can get, it's just enormous.
Sorry, I just have a contribution. Pastor was saying action plan. For some of us that have names of the business, you have an idea now. Go and create an Instagram account. Go and create a Facebook account. Even if you are not ready, by the time you are really ready, when anybody wants to go check your profile, they would see that, it was created 2 months ago, 2 years ago. And, it gives you, there's this credibility it brings on, it's a starter. Those are some of the cheat tips that we see around. And check your temperament. Your temperament too has a lot to do with how you be successful as a full-time and having a side also. For someone that is a choleric, meticulous person, life is easier for them. But for some that are sanguines, you have to be intentional about putting a structure to your life. So, and then check your support system. And he said about bringing Chinese, he said about supporting ourselves. It is even we that sometimes I prefer foreign, other national clients than my typical Nigerian clients. They'll be like, what's that? They would price you down. They will price you down. They will price you down, and that's not supporting ourselves. If you continue like that, our businesses will die. The side also will die. So it's important that even though we would also definitely give premium discounts, but a lot of times people want to erode. Is it not just bring it? Is it not your own? Bring it, and that kills side business. Those are some of the challenges we have running side hustles. But it's profitable initially. Then good tax savings initially, because the first year when you would probably have inventory, so you declare a loss most times, and that loss would help reduce your taxable income, and you take something, all those things, yes. And then, the joy when you, today there's a $200 that comes in, next week there's a $150 based on your target for the month. It augments things. So side hustle, it's not something that we should not wait till when we are close to retirement age. Let's start it now. Let's go through the hurdle, the learning curve. And if you feel that you need to shut down, nothing will happen. And then you can pick it up, because sometimes maybe health is being challenged and you still want to assess yourself. It's possible. And then social media, let's maximize the use of social media. Thank God Seed, ISANS have a lot of programs. I'd done a program with George too. It wasn't easy. It was one of the toughest times, 6 to 9 on Mondays. And if you can, she introduced me, yes. They have a lot of resources. We need to create time out of no time. Prepare your mind. Having a side also is not child's play. But in the long run, we trust God that this is something we'll be able to hand over to our generation. It's something that it will grow big, and even when we retire, we can go to. And it doesn't have to be. Some people are fortunate to do remote side business. Some of us like physical hard work one. And then see, as you do it, it grows. New ideas come. I'm doing core decor. I've been doing core decor for a while now. I'm already looking at moving into I'm doing the compare side of it, because I'm trying to reduce the stress. Then try to automate your business. How can I make my money and even when I'm not available? Some people, while sleeping, they are making money. We can look at all those options. And so the first thing is start something from today. Even if you have a name, create an Instagram account, create a Facebook account, create TikTok account, create everything. Those things will put you on the run. And then when you are now fully ready, you can then build on it. Thank you.
Thank you for that. That's a very wonderful one. I know we have so many questions, but I just want to quickly run us through what we have for the rest of the day. So we have some businesses here that basically will be showcasing or exhibiting their stuff. So I'm just going to run through them so that, and then also let us know what the direction is when we get to that stage. So we've got Scoops and Soups, a food errand business helping Business African cook local meals. We have Bravura Educational Consult. Forgive me if I didn't pronounce that very well. Offers educational services. We've got Yinku's Store. That's for fabrics, shoes, bags, and accessories, etc. And then we've got the Reading Room. My daughter is a beneficiary of Reading Room. She's into French immersion. And I felt, hi, this girl will come home with French. Daddy, can you come and read with me? I don't understand. Anyway, so I registered into Reading Room just to balance the English side. So, very cool. So basically an outfit for promotion of a healthy reading culture for children. And I can tell you, she's doing well. And then we've got Educational After School Center, also for after school activities for children. We also have Shizo Technologies, a one-stop destination for gadget lovers. We have Veronica Aesthetical, interior decor, styling and home staging. We have Ola Olokmin Life Class. I'm also a beneficiary of this too. For life coaching, assessment, learning, and development for individuals, families, and organizations. And we have N21 Photo Booth. You know that thing that you normally do, you run like this. What did you call it? Oh no, now you the turn now. I don't wound you with that. So that thing that you just said that you will not be turning around, that thing will be turning. 360, Abby. So that thing here, it's add what? What did you call it now? I don't learn one word today. Glamour, right? Glamour to your event. To take it to the next level. So that you now see yourself, you will be jumping like this. So it's also here. And then we have the Salad Master Cookware. Okay. Salad Master. So how many of us know Salad Master? You know salad. You don't know the master. Okay. So we have Salad Master Cookware here. Promoting healthy food choices and lifestyle. And then we also have Light in the Dark, original acrylic on canvas paintings and artwork. For those of us that love artwork and things like that, you can actually go and see that Light in the Dark. So please, once we get to that stage, they have their stand prepared in the children's church here. Just to my left hand here, the door. Once you open that door, it leads you into the careful. Okay, so we have more on the screen. We have the Oak Computers Incorporation, computer sales and repairs. Then we have DAP Media Studios.
And I know that is dark ball. Okay, yeah. So you are both, okay, that's good. We have photography services, videography, live streaming, church media setup, and video editing. So really, we've got a lot of, businesses here today, and by next year we are going to have more, by the grace of God. So again, to my left here, just open the door. It leads you into the children's church. Am I forgiven? Are you please forgive me. We have an Porsche for all your event needs. Marriage, birthdays, graduation. Which other one?
We do even burial.
Even burial. Yes, now people, even burial. Yeah. Breakfast, right? We want MC for your breakfast too. So she's here. So those are all the businesses. So once you open the door, it leads you in, and then you have all the business set up. Just please, like we've said here, Ugochi already mentioned that, let's support ourselves. So we have the businesses there. They have the booths, so you can see what they are doing. Take pictures with them. If you have money today, buy. They will give you discount today because you are here. Am I speaking your mind? All the business owners. Because they are here, you are here today, they will give you discount. They didn't send me. They didn't send me. Yeah. So you can book anything now. You can buy anything now. They will give you discount. So that's that all about. And then if you want to use the restroom also, same door to your right, you will see a white door that leads into the restroom. So let's just wrap up with all of our questions, and then also there is refreshment. Yes, there is refreshment. And so please don't go. We don't want them to waste. So please. So after the event, then there is refreshment. So we have questions here. Somebody's hand has been up, and if I do not give this mic to her, she will not forgive me. Let me give it to her.
Thank you for this opportunity. For me, I was born into business. So no matter the kind of 9-to-5 job I do, no matter what I'm paid, there's still this emptiness. I feel something is not, I feel something is missing. But I've got my fingers burnt over the years. I think I've been doing business since I can say maybe 7-6 years old. Back in Nigeria, we used to run a pharmacy. Along the line, I got burnt. My main talk, what I want to say now is that you might have been in my shoe, that maybe you lost a business, and there's always fear of starting again. That fear, and it's a natural fear. But I want to encourage you this morning. I've started 2 businesses in Canada now. I was telling someone this morning that it's only people that are ready to die that go into business. Sincerely, because, and I'm talking from experience, we started our pharmacy from 0 naira, and we built it up to about 100 million naira before it got burnt. And that, it took us several years to come back to say, okay, we're still going to do business again. But I just want to encourage you this morning. Don't allow that experience to hold you down. Whether we like it or not, and I'm sorry if this will hurt anybody, nobody gets wealthy or gets rich by 9-to-5 job. It's not done. It doesn't happen anywhere. I'm sorry to say. Even if they should be paying you 10 million naira or any amount in a month. You see, there's a mindset a business person has that propels them. So I want to encourage us this morning. It's worth starting. It's worth doing. No matter our level of fear, just kill that fear. Do what I call self-talk. Talk to yourself. Keep talking until, yes, the businesses that we started, myself and my husband, that's not started running, but we've registered them. Why? Because we know that it's something we must do. It's not a maybe we will do. It's something that we must do. So please, it's an encouragement for us. As you do your 9-to-5 job, you can begin to set money aside for the business. I did something recently that I used to do several years ago. I did a budget out for myself. I just said, okay, I want to know how much comes into my hand, and I segmented it. You can do that, and as you do that, you start saving for your business. Start saving. It can be $10 this month, $20. Just start saving so that you know that, okay, this money I'm putting it aside for this business I want to start, and it's worth it. By the time you start, like George said, if you don't do, you don't grow. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that pep talk. Do we have any question? I have one question here.
Thank you, everyone. What I have, not really a question, but basically, I think I've followed up with what George and Seed and everybody has said. There's a lot of resource here in Canada, a lot of resources that I think it's not just because Africans are building our community, but it comes with the mindset we have when coming here, right? The Chinese, most of them have the mindset of business. Most Africans have the mindset of getting a job, right? So because, again, it all boils down to what really is driving you that would determine how you run. Some people came here with the mindset of getting a job. So the minute they step in, the first thing they want to do is start getting that job, no matter what it is. There's a lot of resource. I've worked with iSons before. It takes a couple of time, right? Because you probably won't have the time to get that job immediately and start earning. But just like every good thing, most times you probably have to put in the work and get the benefits. iSons has great resources. Great, I can tell you for free. Amazing, even if it's ICT you want to learn, the amazing things I've learned from iSons that I've never knew or never used before, and now they have really improved my skills, personal skills, when it comes to some applications that I use. The great resources. And that's what the benefit of Canada, you have those kind of resources that we don't have back in Nigeria. Those resources now, it's dependent on who is ready to do the work. Do you need to search them out? Do you need to seek them out? Do you need to pursue them to get them? Business is not easy. Trust me. Business, as exciting as it is, you might not start making the profits immediately. Don't think. But again, like she said, there's nobody that gets really wealthy from paychecks. I know that when we come in here, the first thing is the elephant in the room, and that's your rent, right? We're coming from a country where we pay rent every year. So once you pay in a year, you have 11 months to get ready for the next rent. Now we came into a country where the elephant in the room is just less than 20 days away, right? So you might not have that luxury of that time that business gives you, where you probably need a year, 2 years to, get your acts together and start earning in business. And so that's probably the drive for why a lot of people go into paid employment quickly, no matter what it is. Like George said, he wanted to work in a bank, and after a couple of years, he found out it's not going to happen, and he starts driving towards whatever he can get. So there are many challenges, but the truth is, with all the challenges, the resources are there. All you have to do is put in the work. I tell people, your laptop is not just for your gadgets, are not just for the social media thing and everything. There's a lot you can do from search. Search out, what do you want to do? How do you do? What are the requirements for this thing you want to do? What are the benefits? What are the resources that can support you? And like George said, if you come into iSense and you tell them what you want to do, they're going to give you somebody that works with you one-on-one for your short-term goals and your long-term goals. And those are the kind of resources that can help you really build a foundation of what you really want to be. Maybe your short-term goals could be like getting a paid job, paid employment for a couple of years. Then maybe 3, 4, 5 years after that, you can think about starting business. Business is a wonderful thing to do. Trust me, 4 or 5 years after starting, giving 30 years of your life to paid employment. Imagine giving 30 years of your life to your own business. That means you're going to grow a business that is transferable to the next generation. And that's not what can ever happen in paid employment. The most you can do is buy some shares or some part of that business, own it, but it's still not yours, right? So business is something that, like Pastor said, it's something, we started business in Nigeria it was tough. There was no resource. We don't get no bank gives you loan, nothing. So it's either your money, and when you fail, it's your money. So business in Africa is tough. So that's why when you come here, where you see resources, it seems like it's easy. It's not always that easy, but you still have a lot of work to do. So I compel people, business is good, but check the resources available, do your research, and you'll be amazed what you have at your disposal. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Okay, so I have one question here. It says, I don't know who is going to help me to answer this. Is it possible to register a partnership with someone resident in Nigeria while I'm a PR or a citizen here? Is it possible to have, a business like that here, that you have a partnership with someone that is not resident here, but are based, let's say, outside Canada?
Again, it's better to consult with a lawyer, but there's a certain percentage for non-resident to be able to have a percentage of any company. I don't remember, like it's been raised. It used to be 20%, and now it's a little bit higher. But it's better to talk to a lawyer. But there is a certain percentage that you can have someone non-resident to be part of your company.
Thank you. All right. So we are doing well with time. Just before we wrap up with this session, if there is no other question from the audience, for the three of you here, just in one sentence, what is your encouragement to people that are still feeling like, I don't know how to start? What, in one word from each of you, what can you say? How can you encourage them to just start? I know you said a lot about go and do, what is it called? Open Facebook account. But I just have this feeling that you guys have started already. If we ask you now to start telling us what are your challenges, your ups and downs, so far so good, even for Mr. Ashiru that said, oh, I'm new in Canada. You're no more new, you have business now. You understand what I'm saying? You are experiencing something now. So what, maybe in one or two sentences, what can you say to people listening online, people here that have not started and wants to start? And who wants to start?
Okay, I'll say, I'll quote from the Bible. He said, the Lord said, I know the plans I have for you is to lead you to an expected end. And also, if you go further, he said, you don't have to be afraid. Any idea you have, please put it together and just launch. Just do it, and things will start happening. Thank you.
Yeah, thank God we're in church. But I'm not going to preach, actually. So what I would say is that there's a story in the Bible of a prophet's wife, a late prophet that pastored, and his wife went to meet Elisha, asking him that, I have debt. They're about to take my children for, slave or whatever. And Elisha asked that woman one question. And I think that's a question you need to ask yourself. Because we are in the body of Christ, you have some other understanding that are deeper. The question is, what do you have? It's very critical. I think you need to ask yourself the question of what you have. Because this business thing, you don't even know what is going to happen next. I have a big story, but obviously there's no time. You don't know if it's going to be what will save you from a famine tomorrow. You don't even know. So the question is, what do you have? And I feel there's an anointing in the house.
Hey.
Yeah. Yes.
You have received the anointing.
I've received it. Yes. Like I was going to say, the first thing is pray about it. Seek God's face about it. When you get the peace, take it. And then assess yourself. Check it. Be prepared. Be ready. Pray. Once you pray and you have the peace, then seek the right sources. Thank God we have talked to them. Talk to your family. Get the buy-in. And I want you to know that we have the God advantage. Whatever we lay our hands upon will prosper. And then it evolves. In Nigeria, while working in the bank, I was providing small chops. I was supplying small chops and cocktail at weddings. Then at some point, I had to go for a program in the university. My staff, they were giving me, I was almost having IBP issues because they were not delivering because I was not on available weekends. I shut it down. At some point, so I've been doing different aspects of events all my life. Then when I got to Canada too, I shut down too. I wanted to understand the terrain. And then I started providing this for family and friends, church. And then I decided, my first love, and then here I am, turning my passion back to business. So just take that step. And we trust God that the future is great. And so take that step. Take it. Look within based on your temperament, the things you have burden about, what you want to change, assess it, and then, like I would say, pray about it. Once you get the peace, take the next step. Seek resources.
I think, well done. Thank you so much. I have ignited the spirit of one sentence. I'm seeing so many hands now. One sentence. But I'm going to allow this gentleman to ask his question before we...
Just a contribution. Basically, it could be difficult. It could be somehow thinking that you want to start a business. I've started about 2 or 3 businesses in Nigeria. I've started 2 years. And when I got here, the first thing was, okay, I need to know the terrain. I need to understand the situation. I need to know how things work here. But like when we were discussing earlier, somebody was saying here that you shouldn't follow your passion. That you should look for, no. I've always been IT. I've always loved technology. I've always loved things doing that. And my passion and everything I've always done has always been somehow around that. I've had businesses that may not be IT related, but has been guided by IT. So basically, if you are looking at what do you do, what should you start, also your passion is a key to what kind of business you should go in. And in the multitude of counselors, the Bible says, consult with your friends, consult with people. When I first started my first business, I was just on my own, and I noticed there was a problem. My sister tried to pay for ACCA registration, and there was only one person in Nigeria everybody went to. And I was saying, how can it be? It's just a credit card. We didn't have a credit card in Nigeria back then, but I had a cousin in UK, and we also had an account in UK. And I said, well, I can get a credit card and start a business and also help people paying for ACCA registration and for many others. Before I know it, from that came a business of tutoring and a lecturing business, and also a school for professional exams and things like that. So basically, try and look at, one, your passion. Also, problems that may arise in wherever you are is a pointer to what can be a business for you. And start small. It could be difficult. Sometimes when we got married, I don't sleep like 2, 3. I'm still working. I sleep earlier even now. But you have to find a way of just balancing the two. It's going to take a lot of your time, a lot of your energy. I'm always thinking, I'm always calculating. Even right here now, I'm still looking at those in Nigeria, trying to monitor this and that. So it's going to take a lot of your time, but it's going to pay you a lot. And you're going to get a reward later on.
Thank you. 1 minute. Any other 1 minute?
I promise it will be 1 minute. So something I learned earlier in my life is a very not so nice way to say it because we're in church, but it's called the foolishness of faith. Sometimes it's just the gut, and that ideology that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes it's another tunnel, and then another tunnel. But what I find is that in your strength, some of us have, quote unquote, drive and interest. Some of us have capacity. They're not the same thing. When it comes to business, capacity is a big deal because it is only when you provide a service that you have created a business. So, what are you capable of doing? Are you foolish enough to start? Thank you.
Thank you so much. And with that, we have come to the end of this session. Can we please give them a round of applause as they go back to their seats? Thank you. Okay, so if you look at your tag, you will see that either you have blue or red. So let us just stand up and mingle. Some people, if you have blue, it means that you're not currently a business owner. If you have red, it means you are a business owner. So you want to kind of, talk to them, mingle, exchange contacts. I don't even have color. You have black. Okay, so it's just to network and, let's network. And then the exhibit is this way. So you can just walk in, start talking to people, exchange numbers. We never can tell when we are going to meet again. Thank you so much. And there is refreshment over there too. Again, my name is Laolu. It's been a pleasure hosting you today. Thank you.